Hey guys, this is Arsu Giants PS3 and this is episode 1 of season 5 of our brand new FIFA 12 manager mode commentary, and I have not yet chosen a team. I'm going to be choosing a team later on in this episode, but first off I just want to show you guys some of the career stats throughout my entire FIFA 12 journey. I've played 196 matches including my 2 seasons at Fulham and 2 seasons at Sunderland. I've won 117 matches, drawn 37 and lost 42. So first off guys, I just want to leave an enormous thank you to you guys for leaving so many comments. It was like 800 plus comments and it was absolutely incredible. I wasn't expecting that sort of response and I just want to thank you guys so much. So now I'm going to be talking about the 3 strong contenders for the team I will be managing for season 5. And first of all, it is Sunderland, then Bolton Wanderers, and then Napoli. Now, first off, I want to talk about Sunderland, how I started off with this Sunderland team. They were about 17th, 16th, that sort of place. Their squad wasn't looking that great. They did have a couple of quality players, but overall their team wasn't great. And I've been growing them, I've been building them up, and last season we were only 2 points off the Premier League title, just behind Man City, and we were so close to reaching the semi-final of the Champions League. However, I feel that because this is going to be the last season I can do on FIFA 12 before FIFA 13 comes out, I just feel that I've taken Sunderland as far as I can really. I could go all out and then try and win the Champions League, but 3 seasons at the same club is just a bit too much for me. It's a bit too repetitive, and although the squad is great, I've got some great quality players there, I want something of a, not really an entirely new challenge, but I do want a new challenge because things are a bit too comfortable at Sunderland, I feel, and the series itself, it's not really about views for me. Well, it's about how you guys are finding the series interested, and I just feel if I stay at Sunderland for another season, it might not be as interesting for you guys. So Sunderland is a strong contender, but I just don't think I can carry it on for yet another season. So now for another strong contender, and it is Napoli. And there were some really positive things about Napoli, and they were a team I really wanted to take over. They got some great players like Edison Cavani, Eskiel Lavezzi, Hamsik and Kabaye. A lot of their other players aren't very good. However, I actually thought they had Champions League football. Sadly, they don't. They only have Europa football. They only have Euro League. So therefore, in terms of interest in Napoli, it just dropped rapidly. And I do want to go to a different country. I really thought that going to a different country would be really appealing. We've spent so many seasons in the Premier League now, and it's just sort of getting a bit repetitive, as I said earlier, playing against the same teams over and over again. However, I didn't get many other strong candidates to take over. Not many other teams actually had Champions League football. There was an offer from CSKA Moscow to take over in Russia, but Russia, I'm not going to be able to pronounce any of their names whatsoever, and although Napoli would be a great club to take over, I just don't think without Champions League it's going to be as interesting. So now on to our third and final contender, and it is Bolton Wanderers. Now I'll start off with the positives of Bolton. They have 80 million to spend, so much cash, and they already have so many quality players. Ibrahimovic, Hernandez, Tiote, Modric, Alexis Sanchez, and some other really strong players who haven't come up in that starting 11, like Gargano, Gomes, Aaron Lennon, and other players like that. They do have a very strong team, a lot of strength in depth really, but you know, there are negatives. It is still staying in the Premier League. They don't have Champions League football or Europa League football. They just don't have any European football. So if I was going to take them over, it would just be about winning all the domestic trophies and the Premier League and just going all out for the treble. And I think, guys, that's the kind of thing that I want to do. It's not a brand new challenge. It is a challenge in itself, though, because I do have some quality players. And I think with 80 million transfer budget, that would just be incredible to spend that money on some real quality players. So, guys, it is going to be Bolton Wanderers, and first off I just want to say I apologise hugely to all those people who either wanted me to stay at Sunderland or to go to a different country like Napoli, Lyon, CSKA Moscow, other teams like that. I'm sorry, but I just feel that if I stayed at Bolton it would be a lot more interesting for you guys. I can bring in brand new players. Staying at Sunderland would have been very repetitive, and 3 seasons at one club is just a bit too much really. So we are at Bolton Wanderers. This is going to be really exciting. I'm really looking forward to this. We can bring in some real top quality players and hopefully win all 3 trophies. That'll be something great. But now looking at the Bolton Wanderers team, and there are a lot of players in it I'm going to have to replace. So first we have Jussi Jääskeläinen, and I still can't pronounce that for Toffee. He's only level 77, so I'm going to have to replace him. Then we have players like Rod Fanny, Jolien Lescott, Kieran Clark and Andre Santos, who are kind of average, if not slightly above/under average. We have Alexis Sanchez, who is a quality player, definitely going to be in the starting 11. Then we have Luka Modric, another star player, definitely going to be in that starting 11. Czech Tiote, slightly above average. Etherington is not good enough at all to get in the team, and he's quite old as well. Then we have Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He is a absolutely quality star, amazing player. He's definitely going to be in the team. Hernandez is also a great player. Agbon Lahore, slightly old now, actually still quite quick though, so I'm not sure about that. Steinson, Bogdan and Wheater definitely not going to be in the team. Maybe Bogdan because he's actually in the Bolton team. Lee Chong-yon is a great player but always injured. Aaron Lennon and Gomis also pretty good players, good strength in depth. And then we have players like Paul Robinson, Chris Eagles, Nigel Reo-Coker, Martin Petrov, Chris Davies, Mark Davies, sorry, and a lot of other players. It's like average, but I can flog a lot of them off. And I also have Walter Gargano at the bottom there, as you saw. He is also a pretty good player. But I just want to show you guys how many of these players are on the last year of their contract. Just look how many there are, and there are some really good players on the last year, like Ibrahimovic, Gomis, Rod Fanny, Luka Modric, Lescott. There are some real top quality players in the last year of their contract. So if I want to sell a couple of these players, I'm not going to get a large amount of cash for them because they are on the last year of their contract. But now is the chance for you guys to get involved and to be interactive. This is a list of my entire squad for Bolton Wanderers, and I want you guys to make your own list of the players that you think I should be flogging off to generate some cash for future players. I know I have 80 million to spend, which is a lot of money. However, we do have a lot of kind of average players here, like Ngog. Aaron Lennon is actually a pretty good player. However, we have a lot of players on that right hand side like Sanchez and Lee Chong-yon, who is admittedly a much better player than Aaron Lennon, although injured. I'm sorry, that is a bit of Arsenal coming in there versus Tottenham. But again, we have a lot of players here who aren't really that great. They're kind of average, like Mark Davies, David Wheater, Bogdan Petrov, Nigel Reo-Coker, Chris Eagles. You know, they're kind of alright players, kind of average, but to be staying in this sort of team with Ibrahimovic and Luka Modric, you kind of have to be a little bit more improved than that. So as I say, we have 80 million to spend. Our remaining wage budget isn't really too high, but we can adjust that so we can bring in other players. So now this is the sort of idea of players that I want to be bringing in. So first, we definitely need to be replacing Jussi Jääskeläinen. So we have Steve Mandanda here, and he is pretty old. He's 30 years old, but in terms of a goalkeeper, 30 years old isn't really that bad at all. He's got an overall of 88 and he's only 12.5 million, so a pretty cheap player here. Then we have Falcao, who's 29 years old, 87 overall, 22 million and a pretty high player wage, so we're going to have to sort something out there. And Eden Hazard here, he is a quality player. He is at Chelsea now. He's 24 years old, 87 overall, and he is quite expensive though. Then we have Hamzik, 27 years old, overall of 86, 27.5 million. Then we have Adler, 30 years old, 85 overall and 12.5 million, another quality player there. Then as another option for goalkeeper, we have Martin Sketlenberg, 32 years old and 8.5 million, and he is also 85, so much cheaper there than Adler. Then we have Eric Lamela, 23 years old. He has like great potential, 85 overall. Then we have Samuel Eto'o, and just imagine partnering up Ibrahimovic and Samuel Eto'o. He is quite old now, 85 overall, but he is going to be an awesome player if we do bring him in. Then we have Stefan Mbia, 29 years old, 85 overall, and now I want to bring somebody with me from Sunderland. So I have a couple of options here, Xherdan Shaqiri and Fernandinho. Fernandinho I've had since being at Fulham, so he'll be one I've had throughout my entire career mode if I do bring him in. So guys, I want you to leave a list of players to bring in. It doesn't have to be from that list of players. Those are just sort of a general idea of the kind of players that I want to bring in. So leave a comment on the players that I think I should be flogging off and the type of players that I should be bringing in, and I will read all of those comments. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm really sorry if I couldn't pick your team that you voted for. I'm sorry I couldn't pick everyone, and I apologise. So anyway guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, if you could leave a thumbs up, that would be greatly appreciated. So thank you guys for watching.